You guys like your subscriptions to everything? Well, guess what? Now you've got another one.
To this day, Rainbow Six Siege is one of Ubisoft's most successful games, and it's also one of the most successful
Time
live
to change
services,
that.
period. I mean, just looking at how many players are checking this game out to this day, we're still in the tens of thousands of players, and this game actually reached an all-new record for all-time peak concurrent players just 2 months ago,
That's nuts.
exceeding over 200,000 players at one point. So this is a game that, you know, seems to be either maintaining its player base or growing from time to time, and it is a game that millions of players continue to enjoy, but there's still a lot to criticize about its monetization system, especially with Ubisoft introducing, on top of everything else that this game already has, a subscription. So this was announced in Major Manchester, which is essentially an esports event. This is a Rainbow Six Siege tournament. And this is where Ubisoft took the opportunity to announce some upcoming updates for this game.
Ooh.
And their next season, which is Year 9 Season 2, is titled Operation New Blood. And you can see right here that all of the marketing surrounding this season has garnered tons of negative reviews and tons of dislikes.
I mean, that's a lot of people weren't happy about it.
Likes to dislikes ratios for these trailers just don't look particularly great. And a big part of that has to do with the introduction of a membership, especially during a season where new content is relatively thin. The new season will remaster an existing operator, the Recruit, which is the game's original operator. This operator has essentially been split into two, Striker and Sentry. And then beyond that, the season introduces things like quality of life improvements, balance changes, and the global release of the peer-to-peer marketplace in Rainbow Six Siege. And they talked about other aspects of
peer-to-peer marketplace. So they're trying to get some of that CSGO skin money. Is that what they're trying to do here? I would. Yeah, that's smart.
As where they work to improve like player protection systems, anti-cheat mechanics, and for the purposes of balance changes, they're also going to nerf aspects of certain operators. So all that's fine and well, but then we get into the membership itself. You can either pay $10 a month, which would be $120 a year, or if you know you're committing to a year, you might as well go for the cheaper option, $80 for an annual.
Only $80.
We'll sign up. And
I remember I used to get a $50 card for Xbox Live Gold, and it was $50 at GameStop, and I have to have my mom take me up there every year, and I have to buy one so I could play Halo 2.
Subscribers will get
I still have one downstairs.
Stream of premium content that keeps your ops
good for a year.
With the best exclusive gear. There's also monthly
now it's 80 for one game,
including a time-limited legendary item, sometimes animated for extra flair, and an epic operator bundle, along with monthly cosmetic Bravo packs and full access to the premium battle pass with 10 level skips. So yeah, you do get quite a good amount of goodies, some of which will be strictly paywalled behind this subscription, some which you will only be able to attain if you become a part of this membership. And they're essentially relying on FOMO to get people to pay even more than they're already paying for all the other monetization elements that are included in this game. This membership subscription mirrors what Fortnite did with their Fortnite Crew membership, which...
This is in 2020, keep in mind. A lot of places are doing this.
You paying a certain amount every month, $12 a month, and for that, similarly to what Rainbow Six is doing with their membership, you get Battle Pass included for the full season, you get 1,000 V-Bucks each month, and you get a new monthly crew pack. And Ubisoft, seeing that this kind of stuff has become more normalized, are deciding that it's their time to implement their version of such a monetization tactic. But the thing about Fortnite is that, unlike Rainbow Six Siege, it is a free-to-play game. As you can see right here, the game does cost a premium price point for the base experience, and I emphasize base.
I mean, if they're adding in new content regularly, I'm okay with them having a battle pass that's optional as long as it's only cosmetic. Like, I think that's like, so, yeah, if they do add in new content. Live service, and you see, yeah, you have to buy, you also have to buy the characters. The new characters are paid. Okay, let's keep going.
Because there's a lot of content that's locked initially that you can either grind for, or, of course, you can pay to fast track unlocking things like operators, among other things. As GameSpot highlights here, Rainbow Six Siege not only isn't free to play, it also is already heavily monetized with skins, loot boxes, and a seasonal battle pass to add memberships and subscription.
Now it says a membership, so you can have a membership to buy the battle pass. That's smart.
Fees on top of that,
yeah.
The Rainbow Six Siege community are seeing as excessive, and even without the membership, it was already excessive. This game already has every monetization system and tactic and scheme under the sun. They're now layering one more on top of that. And you can see how poor the audience reception was from the boos.
Ooh, let's see
you can hear from the tournament event where Ubisoft made the announcement. This is somebody who filmed the audience reaction at Manchester Major, which is where Rainbow Six Siege fans and enthusiasts gather for this esports event. Here's what that reaction sounds like.
Oh man, I love it. Wow. They're like, oh no!
So you can see that the crowd got quite rowdy, booing, chanting against this implementation.
Why would you even announce this at a live event? This is crazy.
They're witnessing everything that they'll have to pay extra for monthly, on a monthly basis.
Well, naturally.
Everything that they'll be missing out on through FOMO.
That guy, oh!
So as always, we'll be listening to your feedbacks to see how
Yeah, more boost. The reaction was...
They probably went home and bought it. So that's the thing, right? Is like, I think that companies generally, like, unless people put up a big enough fit, like, every community should look at Helldivers and realize that if you act like a bunch of fucking monkeys, think about what it would be like if you took 10 monkeys and you put them in a shed and you gave them like, I don't know, like water guns. Think about how much of a fucking mess that would be and how much of a complete shit fest that would be. You have to act like that if you want to make a change. That's it. And if they want to make a change, they can't just boo. They got to stop playing the game. You got to complain about it. Just go crazy. You can't just get mad for 30 seconds and boo, and then you go and buy it. It's not going to work.
Negative all throughout that segment of what was this video right here that was playing at the event, and multiple people posted clips of this kind of reaction at the event. Here's a Redditor who posted a similar clip, a shorter one,
So as always, we'll be listening to
where similar boos
Look at that guy.
and admonishment can be very clearly heard. And in the comment section of this, people are highlighting that the difference between Fortnite having a membership and Rainbow Six is that Fortnite is free to play, Rainbow Six Siege is not. And some people go as far as to argue that Fortnite actually does have decent skins and you do feel better rewarded for the money that you put into the game, whereas Rainbow Six Siege can be hit or miss on that front. And then this membership coming in during a month when there is no new operators, when there is not a whole lot in the way of new content, they're just remastering an OG operator. That just feels like the insult to injury on top of all of it.
Well, that makes sense, right? Because like they don't have time to make a new character because they're trying to make more money. They have to make this new monetization system, so they didn't have time to make new content. Yeah, for sure.
The
The
timing
beached
couldn't be
whales,
worse,
yeah.
and just the existence of this membership in a premium-priced live service game just isn't something that people are abiding by. We're talking about a community and fan base that have endured so much of Ubisoft's monetization shenanigans taken to the utmost extreme that is now taking its ceiling and raising it even further. It's just tiresome for them. Going to Operation New Blood marketing videos uploaded on YouTube. Looking at top responses, you can see that people are saying things like, to clarify, we got no new operator, no new map, a membership system. Good work, Ubisoft. You guys really take the cake for ruining every single accomplishment you ever have. And
well, maybe they were feeling like, like, it's actually kind of impressive. Like, Ubisoft had that thing with Star Wars Outlaws, and then they said, wait, we can do better. And then they did the Assassin's Creed thing. And then now they have this. Like, it's actually kind of impressive. This is impressive. Like, you don't just do this on accident. Like, you got to be a professional to be able to do this.
This other video, there are some who are lambasting the changes that they made to the recruits.
I got another one in
recruit.
me. That's right.
This just reskin recruit with less guns and only one per team. Others are saying that this remaster doesn't really feel like much of a remaster, saying, so recruits are the exact same as they used to be, just with names and different guns / cosmetics.
Wow.
Now, why the F were they playing up this remaster like it was going to be something interesting again?
Just
Here are
marketing.
other comments complaining about how they changed recruits, saying only one can pick recruit and they only have access to 2 weapons. This season is even smaller than the last one. And then here's one more top comment that seems to echo general sentiments. Summary, no new content, can no longer 5-man recruit, made it impossible to balance the recruit, still haven't brought back T-Hunt. For reference, we used to get 8 operators and 4 maps a year, with the real insult being that the thing Ubisoft seems to have worked most on for this season was this membership, a new monetization model.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Like, yeah. What the hell do you think it was about? People got to stop getting emotionally connected to these companies, man. They got to stop getting in their feelings about this. Like, the moment that, like, this game, like, a game is doing something you don't like, you got to just stop playing the shit. Like, just quit putting your life into this shit. Like, what are you getting mad for? Just stop playing it. Like, what the fuck? It's embarrassing. Yeah, bro, like, the second you get emotionally connected, they own you? Yeah.
The content that people would look forward to with every season. Now, is any of this backlash going to make a difference?
No.
Honestly, with how much Rainbow Six Siege is thriving, with how many players continue to come back to this, with the backlash not being
Probably
at a
not.
level where
Yeah.
I see Ubisoft.
No, it's not a mega mold. It's just not. Like, they only got 6,000 downvotes. Bro, they're going to make $6,000 in like a minute. Like, it's not even a question. Oh, we got 6,000 downvote. Who cares? You didn't stop playing because of Blizzard mounts? It's not that easy for people? Well, it is that easy. It's just that people don't care about it that much. That's the reality. And this is the fucking truth. People... And then they're just going to come back and play the game. You know, like, they have energy to get mad, but they don't have enough energy to quit playing. Because they care about it, but they don't really care about it. They just have an opinion about it. You know, they would rather this was not the case. But do they really care? Oh, not so much.
Foregoing an entire monetization system. I get the sense that
That's the
backlash and
difference.
protests won't be disruptive enough for Ubisoft to feel like they have to backpedal on this in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
They're probably just going to take the current backlash, take some punches here and there, but ultimately, in the long run, they probably believe that people will eventually forget about this, and they'll just kind of accept that this is the new normal, that this monetization system is here to stay, which is unfortunate, but... Once a live service gets this big and it's been this long standing and Ubisoft continues to rake in so much money and it doesn't feel like the backlash is at a level that, you know, Helldivers 2 saw with how organized that community was, I just don't foresee.
And to be fair, also, this is not as bad as Helldivers 2. Like, it's not. Like, this is... Like, bait and switching people is 1,000 times worse than this. Like, requiring a login, like some other bullshit. Like, this is just like a skin and like cosmetic bullshit. Like, people are not really gonna get that mad about it because it's just like another piece of bullshit. It's nothing that like really affects the way that you play the game, and it doesn't like inconvenience you or change anything. You just have to ignore it.
Any sort of positive changes. But who knows? Maybe the booing crowd going viral might have an impact of some sort.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't hold my breath for it personally. But I suppose only time will tell. In the meantime, though, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on Ubisoft's new monetization for Rainbow Six Siege that they're adding on top of everything else, the monthly subscription membership. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
Well, he's completely right. And I think that the reason why is that people don't really care about skins. They complain about it, but they don't care enough about it to act. Like, it will never change behavior. It's not like they're going to go and be like, okay, well, now I'm not going to play the game because of this. There's a video right there. Make sure to give it a like. That is a good one. That's always the case. Yes, it is. I think it is always the case. Most people will not actually act. And I think that for me, I'm the same way. Like, do I like skins in games? No, I don't really like skins in games. But am I really going to quit playing a game over it? No. No. Because I also, and here's another thing. Enough people just simply don't care. Like, if everybody collectively got together and everybody quit together, then they would make a change. But that doesn't happen because people don't really care. That's just all there is to it. They just say, well, trade in Rocket League, I still play it? Yeah, a lot of people, they look at Escape from Tarkov scam and they don't care and play it. Yeah, people will always make that decision because at the end of the day, video game players are probably one of the easiest audiences to manipulate and take advantage of because a lot of them are impulsive and lack control because that's why they're playing the games in the first place. That's why they're doing it. It's because they are like either kids or young guys that are addicted to games. Like, it's so easy. I mean, really, like I said this before, I'll say it again. Every gamer boycott is 1 3-minute cinematic away from being over. It doesn't matter, oh, I hate Blizzard. Blizzard is bad. The Diablo 3 cinematic comes back. I love Diablo 4. Or Diablo 4 cinematic comes out. I love Diablo 4. I can't wait for Diablo 4. That's what happens every single time. Because the truth is that the majority of people are not super invested into this kind of stuff. They don't really care about this. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of them, you're a gamer too? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I even said, like, I'm not going to quit playing a game over skins. No, like, at a certain point, I think that, like, this is what happens with games like WoW, is that, and, like, Lost Ark is the same way. It's not like one individual change or one individual activity like caused me to lose interest with like a game. It was more like a collective group of all of the changes that made me lose interest over time. So like it wasn't like a binary, a switch gets flipped and I used to like it, now I hate it. No, actually it's like I used to like it and I liked it less and I liked it less and I liked it less. And then eventually like I decided, well, I'm not really going to play it as much anymore. And then it's like, oh, I'm not playing it that much. Well, I guess I'm not going to come back for this. And then eventually you're just not playing the game. You're not in the economy of the game anymore. So did you say it's non-binary? Yes, it is non-binary. Exactly. For Helldivers, did people really care? Yes, they did. They did care because it affected the way that they were able to play the game. Because every single person had to do something. And that's the difference. Whenever you make people do something, that's way different than than adding something new. People are lazy. And if people are lazy, if you make them do something, they'll get mad. That's the reason. And it also threatened people with their with their account. That's the reason why, too. It also felt fresh with Arrowhead caring about the game at the state of the game. Yeah, I think if another game did that wasn't as community involved, then there probably wouldn't have been that much of a reaction. Helldivers cared, factually incorrect. Well, that's what I'm saying, is that Helldivers did care. That's my whole point, is that they did care, and the reason why is because the players had to do something. Like, for example, if they gave you, like, a bunch of, like, let's say they gave you all the rewards in the Battle Pass if you connected to PSN, nobody would have complained or quit. But the fact that they had to stop people from doing something was totally different. That's the difference. Whenever you take something away from somebody, it feels 1,000 times worse than offering something that they don't want. That's the difference. Can you give us an example on what it would take for you to boycott a game that you love? No, because I don't really care. Like, I mean, like, here's the truth. I'm past the point in my life where I want to make statements about what video game I play, and I'm going to try to, like, boycott things based off of, like, a some sort of, like, value judgment of a game. Like, I'm very simple. I will boycott a game whenever I'm not having fun with it anymore. I don't care what the game does. If I don't like what the game, like, I don't like every, you know, you put all the positives and all the negatives in two categories. If there's more negatives, then I'll just stop playing it. Like, I'm not going to draw some line in the sand and be like, oh, I'll never play a game that does this, or I'll never play a game that does that. I don't want to do that with my life. That's just so exhausting and boring. Like, why would I do, like, this, why would I don't care about this. Yeah. It didn't make a huge change. It's factually incorrect. What do you mean it didn't make a huge change? This guy seems like an argumentative retard. I'm just going to ban him. Anyway, so the point that I'm making is, like, I don't really want to go and... I don't want to go and like, get mad about a video game. It's really not exhausting. If Ubisoft makes it, I don't play it. Yeah, but, like, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about, like, what my gaming ethics are. It's just a video game. I don't care about, like, I don't really care about this. It's just a game. This captain of boys who grew up to be men, they realized the bullshit stuff they fought tooth and nail for whenever they were younger are pointless and stupid. It is. And like, I think that that's really, you may not care, but the people who did care enough to boycott the horse armor really made a difference, right? Well, there weren't enough of them. That's just how it is. What changed for you? It not working. I don't think that it does not achieve... Like, I don't do anything based off of a principle. I do everything based off of an effect. I don't care if something is good or bad. I care about what effect it has. So... whenever I make a decision on something that I'm going to do, I think about where I'm at, where I want to go, and how I can get there as fast as possible. So, whenever I do something, and it doesn't give me the outcome I want, then I stop doing it. Like, why would I keep doing something that's not working? If you know there's no effect, why the fuck would you want to waste your precious time? Exactly, yeah.